Trapping for real, I'm turning that one into two, and that's off in the trap. These niggas not hitters for real, cause how you get robbed and you told you a strap. My mother, nigga try back me, I'm blowing them up, I'm putting them shots in his hand. Nigga.
YouTube, man, we back with another video, man, and today, man, we'll be relating to the story of Tiny Evil. 100 count murder, serial flocking, socked out Crip Mac, and baby B Brazy beef. Yeah, bro, I don't know who Tiny Evil is, but we're gonna find out in this video, bro. Apparently, he really liked that in Galley, bro. So we're gonna tap into this joint, see what he talking about, bro. Or see, you know, what they talk about him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I know I've been gone for a little minute. My bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, been taking a little hiatus, bro. I'm trying to log back in, bro. I'm trying to log back in. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make systems in life to where, you know, this content shit is easy for me. Like, you know, I'm just posting every day for y'all, and it's just easy for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to, you know, get like that, whatever. But anyways, man, enough of the yapping. Let's have it to this video. Alright, man, before we get into the video, let's get into the sponsor of the day, W Energy. W Energy is an energy drink brand that helps you boost your day by giving you energy and helps you focus. Now, they gave me the Dragon Lemonade flavor right here, man. It's pretty good. I like it. It contains no sugar, no artificial dyes or anything like that, man. It's 100% natural, man. So go ahead and tap into W Energy, man. If you want to get some, it's gonna be, I'm gonna put the link in my bio, man. Get 10% off and use code BP3.
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing Tiny Evil. Ron Simmons was born on October 22nd, 1998 in Los Angeles, California. He grew up poor on the west side of South Central, in the Harvard Park neighborhood to be exact. Gang violence has long made Harvard Park a dangerous place to raise kids. The 6 Deuce Brims claims the central part of the neighborhood, while the surrounding territory is controlled by Crips.
Okay, so
a Crip looking for a blood knows where to go. Sometimes the victim turns out not to be a gang member. Most of the victims are black men. In 2016, the area around Harvard Park was the deadliest place for black Americans in Los Angeles County. An uptick in casualties are not unusual in an area where the baseline level of violence is high, fueled by gangs, readiness to settle arguments with guns, and poverty. Coming up without having much, Tiny E made a promise to his family that he would never be broke again. Against his grandmother's wishes, he jumped off the porch, and by age 16, he was a full-fledged member of the 6 Deuce Brims.
That's crazy. At age 16, he part of the Bloods, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's the crazy part about the hood, bro. It's like, they're part of their environment, bro. Wherever they see, they go to, bro. You know, that's all he's seen around him, bro. So he came that 16, bro. That shit crazy, bro. Man, son. That's why everybody just gotta get out their environment, bro. Get out of their hometown, bro. Go see the world or something, bro. And when you go see that world, bro, it's gonna change your life, for real, though.
Gangbanging. Tiny E was known for his rapping skills, as well as being a serial flocker. In the 2010s, flocking became one of the most popular crimes for gang members in LA to make some quick cash. Flocking is a common type of residential burglary. Typically in such a case, 2 or 3 perpetrators operate together, have a getaway vehicle, and choose a residential area near a freeway, but not near major intersections. One of the accomplices will knock on the front door of a house, usually between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., in order to determine whether anyone is home. If not, they attempt to enter the residence through a window or back door, usually wearing gloves. If there is an answer to their knock, an excuse is given, such as looking for a particular person, or to see if the vehicle parked on the street is for sale. Operating near a freeway allows the perpetrators to enter and leave the area quickly. It was brought to a national light and became mainstream when YG released the song Meet the Flockers, which essentially was an instruction manual on how to commit the crime. Tiny E allegedly began flocking at the start of 2017. After hitting 2 licks, he got his first taste of fast cash. The first thing he did was take a trip to the slots and swap meat.
Bro went straight to the mall, spent his money on chains, bro.
Cash out on some gold. From Cubans to Rolex chains and bracelets. His homies trophied up too. In the meantime, Tiny E was in the studio and shooting music videos. He had his section buzzing when he dropped the track Move On You.
Field playing boy, get that toll on you. You better keep that toll on you. I'm a 6 little savage, my Glock 30 home magic. And it's magically using how when I pull it, they panic.
Okay, pretty cranking though.
Slide up and squeeze the trigger, watch it bring the turn track. Make this nigga dramatic. Slide his body in the back, made of plastic. Catch your bodies, man, shit like a habit. I be fitted for a kill, like a smoker for a fix. So why you playing with that bitch? I be playing with these sticks.
During this time, Tiny E connected with B&G rapper Joe Moses and was featured on his Until Death Do Us Part project, a 21-track effort JM dropped to highlight the talents of his NWB team. While his name was growing across the city, he still was flu-flamming heavy behind the scenes. In October of 2017, he was arrested for receiving stolen property. Tiny Evil would be arrested 2 blocks from where police found a safe that had been reported stolen.
Damn.
One of the officers found 2 crowbars nearby and recovered $35,000 in hundreds strewn across the street. Tiny E had in his possession $8,000 in cash, a bust down, 10K gold chains, and a couple medallions. He would spend a month in the county jail, then bail out in November. In January of 2018, he'd take a plea deal. He would get 16 months in jail. On November of that year, while serving his sentence, he was hit with a new case. These 33 counts included robberies, burglaries, possession of firearms, and conspiracy. These counts would end up being dismissed in March of 2019. The cause for this dismissal would be because 3 weeks prior, Tiny Evil would be indicted on 93 counts.
Damn.
These 93 counts included 11 counts of robberies, 59 counts of burglaries, 1 count of street gang conspiracy,
Damn.
1 count of torture, 1 count of mayhem, and attempts plus other miscellaneous charges. Tiny E was picked up after a traffic stop in South Central, revealed a firearm, and items believed to have been taken from burglarized homes. Authorities had evidence that between October 2017 and October 2018, Tiny Evil and other members of the Six Deuce Brims committed a series of burglaries in the San Gabriel
That's how he
Valley.
made his money.
The San Gabriel Valley is a major hotspot for these types of crimes. In 4 of the burglaries, the occupant of the residence was home, which would make it a home invasion. In 2 of those 4 robberies, they attacked the victims. Tiny Evil and his crimies generally followed a common plan. Late in the afternoon or early in the evening, they would meet up at the home of Deandra Johnson in Long Beach, who was also a member of the Six Deuce Brims, then drive 15 to 20 miles to a city in the San Gabriel Valley. After nightfall, without knocking on the door,
Is that the new Napoleon? What's all the hype about?
they broke a glass door or window to get into the house, ransacked the rooms, and stole as much jewelry, cash, and other transportable items as they could.
That's
They
crazy.
usually left within 10 minutes and drove back to the Long Beach area before dispersing.
10
If people
minutes?
were home during the
It took him 10 minutes to clear the whole crib, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's a little too long, bro. For a robbery, that's a little too long. 10 minutes. But I don't know though, so I don't do no crime, so I wouldn't know, bro. But I feel like that's too long for a
burglary,
home robbery.
the gang
bro.
members intimidated, threatened, and sometimes beat them to learn where they kept cash and other valuables. None of the victims could identify the perpetrators. A detective monitored social media activity of the Six Deuce Brims gang members, analyzed the records of cell phones associated with members of the gang, and found evidence implicating Tiny Evil in the burglaries and robberies. Based on his analysis of cell phone records, the detective concluded that every time members of the Six Deuce Brims left their neighborhood in South Central Los Angeles and traveled to the San Gabriel Valley, the open lines between the gang members corresponded to crimes happening close to those areas of phone activity. Call detail records showed that the phones of Tiny Evil and other Six Deuce Brims gang members traveled to each targeted residence near the time of the burglary, and subsequently traveled back to the neighborhood of the gang or one of its members. Video surveillance from 2 of the burglarized homes and from the apartment of one of the gang members.
They real loud looked at each location the phone has been in, bro. So they seen that the phone has been to each house, bro. That's wild. That's wild.
Provided further incriminating evidence.
Technology.
The victims of the
nowadays is
burglaries and robberies testified about what they saw when the intruders entered their home. The mode of entry was usually a smashed glass door or window in the back of the house. The victims who were present when the burglaries occurred described the perpetrators as 2 to 3 young men who wore black clothing, black shoes, and a mask that revealed only the skin around the eyes underneath the mask. The 2 victims who suffered physical injuries also described how they were attacked. In addition to the victims' testimony, 3 gang experts testified about the Six Deuce Brims culture of violence, the protocol its members followed when committing burglaries, the cell phone records that showed Tiny Evil's proximity to each of the burglaries and robberies, and surveillance video and social media posts that further established that he participated in the crimes. An officer also testified that based on more than 24 contacts with Tiny Evil since 2016, that Tiny Evil was a rising member of the Six Deuce Brims. A picture on Tiny Evil's social media account showed him holding out a handful of money. The officer stated that this picture is a benefit to the gang because it shows success and that it entices younger kids to join. The picture also depicted a bottle of lean, which the officer explained gang members usually obtained through burglaries and sold for income. The officer testified that Tiny Evil drove a higher-end Jaguar, and that driving such a car benefits Tiny's reputation in his hood.
They using his
The
whole
officer said he
Instagram
commonly
for
saw
his
gang members with higher-end vehicles and jewelry after someone in the gang had been arrested for burglary. Surveillance video from one of the burglarized homes showed an image of one of the intruders wearing shoes with distinctive markings that were consistent with shoes Tiny Evil wore. A still image from a surveillance video of another burglary showed 3 individuals, one of whom again wore shoes that resembled the shoes Tiny Evil had on. Another still image showed an individual who had facial features that resembled Tiny Evil's, including a distinctive gap in the middle of his mustache. Tiny Evil would sit in jail fighting this 93-count indictment, but 10 months later he was charged with a new case. The charges included 1 count of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of possession of a firearm, and 1 count of shooting into a vehicle, stemming from an incident 2 years prior on the night of November 4th, 2017. The gunfire broke out around 1 a.m. as 2 party buses were parked along Ocean Avenue near Colorado Boulevard. Several people got off one of the buses and got into a fight with the group on the other, and the argument erupted into gunfire. Tiny Evil and Cameron allegedly fired a flurry of rounds into one of the buses, striking 4 people. 1 victim was found on Ocean Avenue, and the bus drove to the Santa Monica Police Headquarters with 3 victims aboard. 3 people were hospitalized with gunshot wounds, while the 4th suffered minor injuries and was not taken for treatment. Dayomi succumbed to her injuries at the hospital. She was 28 years old.
I want them to know, the people who did that took her life, what they did, what they took from her 2-year-old. She left a 2-year-old daughter for something senseless.
What started out as a fun night with friends ended in a hail of deadly gunfire.
30 to 40 shots, like, over an argument. I don't, that's the part I can't put it together.
Her heartbroken mother says she takes comfort in her faith.
She died a hero.
She says De La Cruz, who worked as a school bus driver, was devoted to her family, her youngest brother, the 13-year-old struggling to comprehend the violence.
I think it's just stupid why people would do that just because they're from a different neighborhood and have to, like, endanger other people's lives because they're from different neighborhoods. So I think that she should get justice.
And the family is pleading with the killers to do the right thing, turn themselves in.
6 days after being charged with murder, he would go to trial for the 93-count indictment. And in October of 2019, he would be convicted on several counts. While many counts got dismissed and a few acquitted, a jury convicted Tiny Evil on 1 count of actively participating in a criminal street gang conspiracy, 10 counts of first-degree burglary, 2 counts of first-degree robbery, 2 counts of attempted first-degree robbery, and 1 count each of torture and mayhem in connection with one of the burglaries. The jury also found true gang allegations on each of the burglary, robbery, and attempted robbery counts. He was sentenced to a determinate term of 46 years, 4 months, and a concurrent indeterminate term of 15 years to life. In 2020, he would catch a charge for having a weapon in prison. And in 2021, he would take a plea deal on his murder case and have the charge reduced to assault with a semi-automatic on a person. He would get 12 years for that charge. Damn. A month later, he would take another plea deal for having a weapon in prison. He would receive an additional year for the weapon case. He will be eligible for parole in 2032. In a recent development, Baby Braze would put Tiny Evil on Front Street earlier this year. It's alleged the Hoovers were trying to take Braze out and were jumping in 5-on-1. Tiny Evil was allegedly present, but left Braze unstuck and did not jump in the mix. Braze took to his channel to address it himself.
Tiny Evil gotta get on here. Jesus Christ, nigga. That nigga's short. Always breathing on Tiny E. I'm just saying, nigga. He left me right there, nigga, with enemies, 5-on-1 me, and he knew what's up, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. I'm breathing on that nigga forever, nigga. And I know it's people, nigga. I'm breathing on it forever.
In other news, it's alleged Tiny Evil socked out Crip Mac when they ran their fade. Several reports have confirmed of this taking place. Damn. In a recent Instagram post, Tiny Evil came through with a word just ahead of summertime.
Hey, I think I figured it out. All you young niggas be doing all this popping on this internet, cause y'all ain't been in no wars. Y'all be doing all this dissing, but y'all don't know what the words do. There ain't nobody came and showed y'all the consequences behind that shit. You niggas better stop popping it. It's finna get real out there. It's summertime too. I hope you niggas got guns.
I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Clap it up for the boy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Well, no, that's not even another clap. We clap it up because the video was good. I'm gonna go explosion for him because he was a demon. Tiny Evil was a demon. But nah, let me know what y'all thought about him in the comments, man. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. You know, I had to drop this video for y'all today, bro, because, like, you know, I've been locked in, so I'm back locked in. I'm back in the groove. Let's get into it. I'm out.